One of the most profound books ever written, and it was hidden from the public for over 70 years. Outwitting the Devil was written by Napoleon Hill in 1938, a year after the publication of his famous book, Think and Grow Rich. Outwitting the Devil was said to be too controversial for publication at the time by a few people, including Hill's wife. This book was not published until 2011, long after Napoleon Hill's death. This book is mainly a Q&A between Napoleon Hill and the devil himself, who claims to control 98% of the population by the use of six basic fears, which are the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. Now, as you watch this video, ask yourself, are any of these fears present in your life? Have they ever held you back from doing something you really wanted to do? The devil claims this is from his doing. And listening to what I'm about to talk about in this video, which is based on this book, requires an open mind. It is my personal belief that the devil lives inside each and every one of us. And I look at the devil as the negative influences in the world. The thoughts we have that hold us back or hold us in fear, the thoughts that tell us we are not good enough, or the thoughts that lead us back to indulging in our vices and bad habits that we know we need to get rid of. The devil suggests that when we fear things, we hesitate and procrastinate and will find any reason not to do something because of our fears. This is a process that does not happen overnight. It is a mix of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and habits that compound over time until our fears get the better of us, which we then begin to drift through life without a purpose or definite goal. This is introduced in the book as the habit of drifting. Those that are stuck in the habit of drifting allow themselves to become passengers of life. Drifters allow external influences to dominate their minds and opinions. They lose the power to think for themselves and act independently. Think about the world we live in today, a world of information overload. What is the truth and what is fake? So many people are glued to a TV or a news station and will believe anything that is put in front of them. They allow their outer world to do their thinking for them instead of taking information in and forming an opinion based on their own conclusion. They become tranced in a robotic state because they are not really using their brains. They are simply drifting through life and their everyday routines. The devil claims to introduce people into the habit of drifting in various ways. He says the school system has been built to create drifters at an early age. Children are taught not to use their minds but the minds of others. They are scored on their ability to memorize information instead of how to become a free thinker. Have you ever heard of a class that teaches children to learn critical thinking skills or how to become a unique problem solver? How different would the world be? This is not the only way the devil introduces the habit of drifting. It is also done through alcohol, which corrupts our power of independent thought. Nicotine in cigarettes, which breaks down our power of persistence, endurance, and our ability to concentrate, and also through indulging in unhealthy foods, which clogs up our digestion organs and clogs up our bodies, which makes us slow and sluggish. The devil says the lack of independent thought mixed with any of these substances will cause new bad habits to form, and that any habit that is associated with procrastination will lead to the habit of drifting. The damage is done over time, and as these habits are repeated and then eventually ingrained in the mind to the point where the drifter no longer becomes consciously aware of the habit. If these habits are not dealt with and fixed, they will become permanent, which the devil then calls the law of hypnotic rhythm. The law of hypnotic rhythm can work both ways for positive and negative habits. For example, if we have created good habits, we are constantly striving closer to our life's goals and desires. If the habits are bad, we simply drift through life not thinking for ourselves and end up on our deathbed filled with regret, wondering where the time went. Hypnotic rhythm solidifies the habit of drifting through repetition. The law of hypnotic rhythm is strengthened by the devil's use of the six basic fears. If you have a deep seated fear of poverty, it can lead to constant thoughts occupying the mind, focusing on financial security. This fear may drive you to take jobs you don't like simply because they offer a stable income, reinforcing a hypnotic rhythm of unfulfilling work. The fear of criticism can make you overly concerned with the opinions of other people. You will avoid taking risks or pursuing your passions because you worry about what others think. This fear will establish a hypnotic rhythm of conformity and self censorship. The fear of ill health can lead to hypochondria or excessive health related behaviors. This fear may establish a hypnotic rhythm of anxiety and excessive focus on health concerns, distracting you from other life pursuits. The fear of loss of love can lead to codependent behaviors where you prioritize the needs and desires of others over your own. This fear can create a hypnotic rhythm of self sacrifice and emotional dependence. The fear of old age can drive you to obsess over maintaining youthful appearances or avoiding risks associated with aging. This fear can establish a hypnotic rhythm of denial and resistance to the natural process of growing older. The ultimate fear, the fear of death. This fear can make you avoid taking any risks or pursuing your dreams as you are preoccupied with the fear of mortality. This fear can create a hypnotic rhythm of avoidance and a focus on the inevitability of death. So we know how the devil works and how he claims the minds of 98% of people. How do we outwit him or become a non-drifter? In this book, Napoleon Hill forces the devil to share everything, the tactics used to control people, as well as the tactics that can be used to break free from his control. And it all starts with a definiteness of purpose. The devil claims a non-drifter is described as someone who is always engaged in doing something definite through some well-organized plan. Someone who knows exactly what they want in life and someone who takes full responsibility for the actions and steps they take in life. They are determined to achieve this desire they hold, no matter how long it may take or the price they may have to pay. So, how do you become a non drifter? In the book, Napoleon Hill talks about 7 principles that you can implement today and stay on the path of the non drifter. Number 1, definiteness of purpose. Find your purpose in life and move towards it relentlessly. Do not stop no matter what. When you have your true purpose in life, you move towards your goals with determination and focus. Your thoughts, habits, and action all begin to align with your purpose. Number 2, mastery over self. We must be open and honest in understanding what our own devils are. What are the negative thought patterns or habits we indulge in? We must say yes to the things that serve us and have the will to say no to the things that don't. If you are driven by impulse and self gratification, you will go nowhere, like a drifter. Number 3, learning from adversity. Failure is just a state of mind. Failure does not become true unless you accept it as such. Failures are nothing but temporary setbacks, and you must find pleasantness in pushing past these temporary defeats. Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success. Number 4, controlling environmental influences. You must take full control over the group you surround yourself with. Are the people you are around demanding success and happiness for their lives, or are they accepting of poverty and defeat? Take a close look at the environment you are surrounded with and ask yourself, do you see yourself where you want to be in 10 years by hanging out with this group? If the answer is yes, you're on the right track. If the answer is no, you will need to make some changes. Number 5, time, our most valuable asset, which is why we must use it wisely. Time can make drifting and negativity permanent, but it can also make positivity and abundance permanent. Number 6, harmony. You must have a balance in your mental, spiritual, and physical aspects of your life. To do this, you must always put yourself first. Do not lose sight of your purpose. There is a special saying, it was, I'll take care of you if you take care of me. Switch this around to something better. I'll take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me. Take full control over every aspect of your life and trust that the universal laws will work for you. Number 7, caution. Before you act, think and have a plan. A well organized plan is essential for you to become a non drifter. The key to living a positive and abundant life is to have a clear, definite purpose, positive thinking habits, and a will to never quit. And it all starts with having a definite purpose. Simply because when your purpose is so strong, every other aspect will start to fall into harmony with your purpose. Your thoughts will start to change, your habits, your feelings, emotions, and actions. Everything will align in order to move you closer to your purpose in life.